Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now. Right now, 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 right now. Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We gotta add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your weekly morning show where we bring you the latest and everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about how MT.GOX has crashed the Bitcoin market. Today, we're going to be diving in even more to the story that has been rattling the cryptocurrency landscape over the last several days, and that would be that MT.GOX is preparing to repay creditors thousands and thousands of Bitcoin that very well may end up getting sold off and causing a major corrective movement on Bitcoin, our favorite cryptocurrency. And so today we're going to be talking about where Bitcoin may go from there. And of course, as always, we're going to be discussing how we can build generational, life-changing wealth here in the cryptocurrency space. You see, I've been working in the cryptocurrency space for the better part of 7 years, and I figured out how to make money in crypto a lot faster than I figured out how to actually manage it. And now that I know how to do both of those things, and I'm actually very good at both of those things, it helps us to build our wealth. And that's a journey that I want to bring you guys alongside me, is our wealth building journey, going from chaotic debtors to intentional investors. You see, the way that people start out their journey in crypto is they come into the cryptocurrency space, and tell me in chat if this is you, because this was me. They come into the cryptocurrency space and they think to themselves, man, I'm broke. Man, I'm poor. Man, I'm like, my pockets are empty and like moths are flying out of them, right? I'm living in the motel over there with the spider's lightsaber dueling. You know, I've got a whack life. Like, it sucks. It's whatever. Like, it might be great. Maybe we have some great relationships, but this finance part of it, it is miserable. You might be like me, and you came into crypto like, man, I got some friends. I got, a lot of things are going good. I'm not trying to be complainatory. I'm not trying to put things down. I'm just saying financially, not a good picture. 7 years ago for me, right? So you're coming into crypto and you're like that, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to buy some Bitcoin. I'm going to get rich. Here's the issue. If you only buy Bitcoin, that is one component. In fact, it's 1/6 of what you need to do. It's the investment and saving portion of the 6 laws of money. But there's so many more things that go into the wealth building journey in crypto that we don't want to talk about because you're a crypto channel. You're not a personal finance channel. Well, I want to make myself very clear here. My goal is to help you guys build wealth, and cryptocurrency is a large part of that. And that's alienated some of our audience. I'm so sorry, but I love talking about crypto. That's our main focus. But my goal is for you to build wealth. My goal is for you to be a millionaire, 3 millionaire, 5 millionaire, 10 millionaire, 25 millionaire, 100 millionaire. That's where I want to help you get to be, not because you're afraid, which is what details the first half of the financial sovereignty way, is the building is on fire, so we've got to declare war on chaos and declare war on debt, and we got to put that war to rest. We're afraid, and then we move into the second part of the financial sovereignty way, where we are motivated by generosity. We are motivated by joy. My wife and I, we were just talking yesterday. We hit a big milestone financially recently, and we were just talking about yesterday, when we get to a certain point, we were thinking, maybe we could find some really good, solid single moms that are their husband's just a deadbeat, just ditched them, won't pay his alimony, he's in jail, whatever it is, deadbeat husband, single mom, and we will say, hey, up to $30,000, we will match whatever income you generate. So you're out there working, you're hustling, you're taking care of your kids. Unfortunately, it's your job to provide for the household, even though you're single mom, but we're going to help you because you can only do so much on your own, right? We're thinking about different ways that as we get further down the road, as we add more zeros onto the net worth that we're building, that we can use that to be generous and help people, especially the kind of people that were in our shoes, right? We want to pass it on. We want to walk through the open door and then bring thousands of people in with us. That's our goal. So when you start this journey, you're motivated by fear, and you should be, but I want you to know that if you're only motivated by fear, you might end up with a simplistic view of how to build wealth in crypto. You might think, I just need to buy Bitcoin and that's it. You got to have a budget. You got to have an emergency fund. I need you investing for retirement. I want to show you how to do all of those things. I'm going to show you exactly how to do those things here on this channel. So make sure, if you have not already, to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of content coming. As we're getting started here, if this is your first time on the Coffee and Crypto live stream, if this is your first time hearing the sound of my voice, or if it's just been a while since you've been here, I want you to give me a hands up emoji in chat. I'm going to give you a special shout out. Welcome to our stream. We're so honored and thankful and blessed that you are here. Very, very excited that you could join us today, and we are blessed by your presence. So let's give a couple of shout outs here, and then we will get started. Joe Bollier's in chat, said, good morning, Jeb. Good morning to you as well, Joe. Christina Orozco is in chat. Drian121 is in chat. Crypto Pinky said, let's go, Norway here. Love it. Philly Skills 1428 said, good morning, Jeb and Crypto Fam. Good morning to you as well. Called out said, top of the morning to you, Jeb. Today is going to be huge. Rolando Lima said, good morning, Jeb and Sarah. Alex Nivo's in chat. Miguel Rangel is in chat. Said, hello, Jeb, today from Querétaro, Mexico. God bless you and your family. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Queen is in chat. The King Teco is in chat. Brian Barrett is in chat. Florida Attorney's in chat. Yep. Cool. All right. The Drake Equation's in chat. Fabio said, first time here. Shout out to you, my friend. Welcome. It is my mission to help you succeed financially. You, Fabio, and everybody else in chat. Fabio is here. Keith W. giving the thumbs up. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to the stream. Let's get started. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive right on into it. Bitcoin right now trading at $61,272, down 5.33% over the last week on the fear, not so much on the reality exactly, but on the fear of Mt.GOX distributing all of that Bitcoin. Now, Florida Attorney here makes a good point, which is actually kind of funny that you are mentioning that, because that's one of the things we were going to talk about here. Florida Attorney said Mt.GOX should have little to no effect because no one is getting their Bitcoin back, but rather, according to Japanese bankruptcy law, they are receiving cash equal to the value of their Bitcoin at the hack. So there's competing reports about what's going to happen. There are reports that they're going to be getting it back in the equivalent to the Bitcoin that, at $683, I think. And there are also other reports, like you said, that they're going to be getting it back in cash. If it comes back in cash, it will have absolutely no impact whatsoever on the market, other than the fear. If it comes back in Bitcoin right now, it looks like they might be getting significantly less Bitcoin than they had. There were 850,000 Bitcoin in Mt.GOX. 141,000 Bitcoin are said to potentially be coming back, but the number could actually end up being substantially lower than that. So we're going to see what happens here. But ultimately, there is going to be those reimbursements are going to be the distribution is going to begin, and it is having a fear impact on the market. If we go back over to CoinMarketCap, the Fear and Greed Index is moving down into fear. The fastest that we've seen in over 18, not in over 18 months, about 8 months. The last time we saw Fear and Greed Index get down to about 48 right here was back here when we were coming out of the Fear and Greed Index in October of 2023. The last time that we fell into this kind of territory was about 10 months ago in August of last year. So, needless to say, there is a great deal of fear. There is a great deal of skepticism in the cryptocurrency space right now. And I'll also show you over here on coinglass.com/liquidation data. Pull that up really quickly here. I didn't have that up. But I'll show you that there's been a massive amount of longs that have been liquidated in the last few days. So let's come here to coinglass.com, liquidation. We are not sponsored by CoinGlass, but if they're interested, CoinGlass is a great website with a lot of data. Definitely something you should bookmark. As you can see here, there have been a substantial amount of liquidations coming in over the last little while. Even in just the last several hours, there was a $100 million long liquidation at 5 o'clock in the morning on June 24th, which was yesterday. So we're seeing a great deal of liquidations take place to the tune of over $300 million in totality. Moving into the end of June to the 23rd, we saw $200 million of liquidations, and in the morning of June 24th, we saw over $100 million worth of long liquidations. That's where a lot of this cascading crash came from, were those long liquidations that occurred. We saw hundreds of millions, if not over $1 billion, if you add in everything that might not be showing up on CoinGlass, of liquidations, and also, of course, of just selling pressure, because that's just liquidations. Remember, this number here, this is not people selling or getting stopped out. This is people getting liquidated out of leverage trade positions. These are liquidations, not stop losses being triggered. There are potentially billions of dollars of stop losses that were triggered over the last several days, excuse me, which has led to this correction. So where do we go from here? Well, the good news is Bitcoin is still technically building an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's getting a little sloppy, but it was a little sloppy to begin with. Inverse head and shoulders patterns typically are when you find them out in the wild. They very rarely look like the textbook perfect pattern that you see right here. You know, our textbook SR71 Blackbird kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, or our, you know, Himalayan mountain peaks right here, like how a 3-year-old would draw a mountain, right? It doesn't always look like that. It's not always going to be perfect. We were looking at this being an inverse head and shoulders pattern when the right shoulder was too high. It was higher than the left shoulder, which the left shoulder is at 60,902. The right shoulder was going to be at 64,000, and that still would have been an inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's not ever going to be perfect. There is a great degree of I won't say randomness because it's not random, but noise in Bitcoin and in the charts. It's not normally going to be exactly perfect. So the fact that we dropped down here yesterday to $58,300 does not, in my opinion, invalidate the inverse head and shoulders pattern. If anything, if we do continue to bounce here as we've been doing for the last 24 hours, then it may actually be the beginning of the right side of the inverse head and shoulders pattern, which, as you know, would conclude the inverse head and shoulders pattern and would lead us into a breakout here up towards about $91,000, potentially. Now, that's our price target. That's not a guarantee that we go there, but it does give us some hope that a short-term recovery may be coming soon. And at the end of the day, what we need to be looking out for is the overall health of the market. Is the bull market coming to an end? Is the bear market beginning? I have no reason at this point in time to believe that. And the reason that I ask that question is because if you follow our way, the financial sovereignty way, then what you're going to learn is that the first kind of investment that we do is retirement investing. We pay off debt, we save money for an emergency fund, and then we invest. Those are the 3 things you can do to build wealth. You can pay off debt, you can save money, and you can invest. And you do them in that order. You pay off your debt, all of your non-mortgage debt, then you save a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, then you invest 15% of your household income into retirement. I recommend 5 to 10% of that being into Bitcoin. So when you are doing retirement investment, you don't give a crap where the market is. The way that retirement investment works, unless you're within like 10 years of retirement, you don't really care. You just put it in there and then you just leave it there for 30 years or 20 years or 15 years or 40 years. In my case, like 43, 44 years, right? You buy it and you hold it for half a freaking century. I don't care. When Bitcoin's at $7 million in 2065, 2067, if I ever retire, which I probably won't, because studies show that oftentimes when you stop working and you stop being useful to society, you die soon thereafter. And I want to live a long time. That's why some of these billionaires are 95 years old and they're still drinking 8 sodas every day because they're still doing something and their body's like, oh, not time to croak yet. I'm still useful, right? So I'm probably never going to actually retire until I am just falling apart like an old Ford. Anyway, the point is, so when we're investing in retirement, we are not worried about where the market is. We're just buying it and we're holding it for so long that buying it at 40K or 60K or 70K or 20K doesn't make much of a difference because the thing that actually leads to success in retirement investment is the consistency. Now, where we need to discuss Bitcoin here comes in step 9 of the financial sovereignty way, which is where we are investing for extra wealth generation. And in that step, you may be buying Bitcoin, you may be buying Ethereum, you may be buying Solana, Chainlink, Cardano, Polkadot, whatever it is, for a cycle. So at that point, you kind of need to ask yourself, are we in a position where the bear market's about to end? And if so, what does that look like? Or where the bull market's about to end? If so, what does that look like? Are we not? Where are we about to go? That's where we, if you're in step 9, that's why these daily updates, that's who these daily updates are really for. If you are new to wealth generation, your first step is to forsake foolishness, repent of chaos, and choose FinSoft. Your second step is to live on less than you make. Your third step is to build a budget. Your fourth step is to save $2,500 as a starter emergency fund. Your fifth step is to pay off all your non-mortgage debt. Your sixth step is to save 6 to 7 months in 3 to 6 months in emergency fund. Your seventh step is to invest 15% for retirement. Your eighth step is to work on paying off your house early. Try and pay it off in 5 to 7 years. And your 9th step is to invest for extra wealth generation. Your 10th step is to live financially sovereign. Be radically generous, leave a great inheritance, an estate plan, and all of those wonderful things. So if you're in the later steps, this is for you. Bitcoin right now does not look like it is going into a downtrend, in my opinion. I don't think that Bitcoin is about to begin a massive new crash down to like 30K. I don't see that happening. It could happen, but there are so many bullish factors on the horizon. And think about it like this. The lower that you get, the less distance that you have to go to be bullish. I mean, if you're at rock bottom, everything's up. It can only get better from here. That's one of the best things about being at rock bottom for someone who lived at rock bottom for a very long time. One of the nice things about rock bottom is like, it can't get much worse than this, right? It always can, but it feels like, oh, well, I don't have my back to the wall. I got my back to the floor. I'm done. I can only go up from here. I can't get worse off, right? It's not going to get worse than this. So a lot of people start to get that mentality with Bitcoin. They think to themselves, Bitcoin just dropped down to 58K. It's not going to get worse than that, right? Now, that can be a bit of naivete, and Bitcoin can get worse than that, and that can break the hope. But the longer you spend in a correction, here's the point, the longer you spend in a corrective movement, the more likely it is that you're going to have a bullish breakout. The more likely it is that you're going to have a recovery of some type. And so when you go lower, it gets easier to go higher. That's the point of the Ballinger Bands. When we look at the Ballinger Bands, created by John Ballinger, like 700 years ago, right? Many moons ago. No, it was like 40, 50 years ago. When we look at the Ballinger Bands, we are looking at the cyclical nature of the market from bullish to bearish and from expansion to contraction. And so when we are seeing the market move into this expansion phase, as we see right here, Ballinger Bands are widening, then we're moving to the downside, we expect that at some point soon, we're either going to have a V-bottom and bounce hard, or we're going to trade sideways for a little while, go into a period of consolidative movement, and the Ballinger Bands will do something like this, right? And then you'll break bullish, just like we did over here. We had the consolidative movement, we traded sideways for a little bit, Ballinger Bands got tight, then we broke bullish. So as the market is moving to the downside, it's setting up bottoming signals. Even on the 3-daily chart, if we look at the RSI, you can see the RSI is lower than it has been in over a year. Take a look at this. RSI has not been down to 43 on the 3-daily chart since we broke bullish above it in September of 2023. On the daily chart, we have not seen RSI drop all the way down to 25.5 like it did yesterday in a year nearly. It was August of last year that we saw that happen. And by the way, when we did see the market drop down to this kind of RSI the last 2 times, we went through an immediate and exuberant rally over the course of the next 60 days. So are we about to go into an exuberant rally over the next 60 days? Time will tell, but historically speaking, we've been correcting on RSI from 87 all the way down to 25 for the last 3 months. This was needed because Bitcoin had moonshot and rallied 200%. No good rally goes unpunished, and this has been our punishment. But it's not going to last forever. I can't tell you for sure exactly where the bottom is. I can wager a guess, but ultimately, what's important is telling you that I don't believe that the bull market is over. I believe there is a lot more bullishness to come. I believe you're getting some great discounts on some good altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Polkadot, Cosmos, etc. And since you're getting those good discounts, now is a great time, if there ever was one, which there's always one, to begin working on your journey towards financial sovereignty. I want you guys to succeed. I cannot say it enough. I will shout it from the freaking rooftops. I want you guys to succeed financially. I want you to be rich. I want you to be wealthy. I tell people this all the time. I'm like, I wish that the 100 richest people in the United States of America were strong Christians with a heart for the widow, the orphan, the poor, the afflicted, the foreigner, the stranger, etc. That's who I wish the top 100 richest people in the country are. Were people that have a heart for the least of these, right? For a people that have a heart for those of us who at times maybe we had good motivation, maybe we had some decent or good character, we were trying to grow, but we're just down and out, right? I'm talking about the single moms of the world. I'm talking about the widows of the world. I'm not talking about the deadbeats who aren't taking care of their kids. I'm talking about the people that actually genuinely need help and they're worthy of it, right? I'm talking about people that are saying, I'm willing to make a change. I'm willing to bust my tail and feed my family. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to provide for my kids. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get out of poverty so that I can actually go and, build some wealth and then turn around and help people that were in my situation, which is what I'm trying to do. I didn't grow up with money. You kidding me? Are you joking? I remember $20 feeling like a freaking fortune. And that's not any fault of my father. That is just the fact. Like, we were broke. We were. My dad loved me to death, and I've learned so much from him. I don't want to dishonor him in any way, but we were broke. Being a single dad's hard. No fault, no shame to him. But the fact of the matter is, we're broke. I want to turn around, and in my life, I want to turn around and find a few thousand people. They were in his situation. They were in my situation saying, I've got you. I'm pulling you up out of this, right? So I want the 100 richest people, the 1,000 richest people, the 10,000 richest people to be people with that heart. I want to be one of those people that has a lot of money, which we're doing well, but I want to have a lot of money so that I can use it to help these people. That's not greed. It's not greed. That's me wanting to be philanthropic and have a lot of resources to do that. And I want to teach you guys how to do that. That's why the vision statement around here is building the biggest fundraising campaign for the history for the kingdom of God and the history of mankind. I want to help you guys and help our family to be able to have funds to go and make a real impact. You make a real impact with words too, but there's a lot of people out there that, man, if you could just make sure that they could eat, you could fund their mission work, if you could fund their charity work, and they didn't have to worry about the finances, how much time would you free up on their part to go and really help people? That's what I want to see. So I'm going to help you guys build wealth. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it because it is something that can be demystified. We demystify the wealth building journey around here. That's one of the things I love to say because it is difficult. It is hard to understand at times. And there's plenty of times that, and by the way, making millions won't help. I made millions and I was an idiot with them. I was not being wise with the first few $1 million that I made. I was not being wise at all. It'd come in, go out, gone. There was not wealth generation being done there. I want to help you guys not only to make a lot of money, but to actually build wealth with it. Because wealth gained by vanity will soon be diminished, and yours truly right here for several years was the walking epitome of that Bible verse, that verse out of Proverbs. Wealth gained by vanity will soon be diminished. It wasn't vanity in the sense that I was a greedy jerk. It was vanity in the sense that I was not in control of it. I was not financially sovereign over it. So I gained wealth, but it was not sovereign wealth. It was not wealth that I was controlling. I gave it all away. I had way too big of a payroll. I paid over $2.5 million in payroll in my life, not including payroll to my own self. I could have had a smaller workforce, right? And nothing against any of those people, but that's my point I'm trying to make. I want to show you guys how to build wealth, how to not spend money on things that are not necessary so that you have that wealth generation that is sustainable, that is peaceful, that blesses your family. And one of the best ways that we can do that right now is by dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going into a bear market? I don't think so. If you're buying it for retirement, I don't care. It's going to go back up above all-time high. It's going to hit 100K. It'll be worth $1 million one day. I'm very confident in that. Put 5 to 10% of your portfolio into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not 5 to 10% in Bitcoin and then 5 to 10% more in Ethereum. I'm saying 5 to 10% in crypto, and in crypto, I would only put Bitcoin and Ethereum into a retirement account right now because those are the only two that I would be anywhere near confident are going to be here 30, 40 years from now. Put the rest of it into the United States stock market and work with if you're doing a few $1,000s, do it yourself. If you're doing a lot of money, like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, work with a certified financial planner or a registered financial advisor, someone like that. But anyway, the point for you guys who are trying to swing trade this, I think that there is going to be a rally coming at some point in the next couple of months. We predicted that Bitcoin would drop down to $64,000. People thought I was crazy. It ended up happening. Then after it hit $64,000, we also said, look, $60,902 is in the cards, which is why this level of support has been on this chart for the last month. I told you that that was a level we might drop down to because of this bottom that we hit here on the 20th of March, 2024. We said that that was very possible. We were looking for the right shoulder to form. We didn't know whether it was going to bottom out at 64,000 or at 60,000. Right now, it's obviously looking a lot more like 60,000 because we've already done it. But at the end of the day, these are prices that are going to look very much on discount, I think 6 months from now, but definitely 10 years from now. So if you're not dollar cost averaging, now's a great time to begin the financial sovereignty way, which starts with getting on your knees and repenting of the foolishness that you have followed that has gotten you into the current financial predicament you find yourself in. Believe me, I've had to walk through that step myself. I'm not speaking down to you, I'm speaking sideways to you because we've both been there. And then we are going to grow. We're going to get up with boldness and say, Jeb did it. The rest of the people in this stream are doing it. Millions of other Americans are doing it. I can do it. And we're going to pick our heads up. We're going to bust our tails and we're going to make some money. And we're going to run away from the lack of peace. We're going to run away from the fear. And we're going to be radically radically, radically generous. That's the goal. Tin Man said, thank you for your unbiased insight. Bless you for your constant content. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shadrach Frost said, folks, please smash the like button right away. It takes a second and really helps this channel. Give back the love and support that Jeb brings to us on a daily basis. Thank you, friends. Absolutely, I appreciate that. Hey, guys, one of the ways that you can support the channel also is by going to none other than NordVPN.com/Jeb and signing up. Here's the reason that you should sign up for NordVPN. It is very simple. They will keep you safe from getting hacked. Here's the deal. The internet is still 30, 40 years on like the Wild Wild West. It is very, very easy for a hacker to hack you if they get certain information. That information can be protected, and that information can be protected the best by the most advanced VPN in the world, which is none other than NordVPN. They're very topical right now because their logo looks like a Head and Shoulders pattern, right? NordVPN helps to protect you by hiding your VPN and your IP address and your online activity. Or excuse me, it hides your IP address, doesn't hide your VPN, excuse me, hides your IP address and your online activity from cybercriminals, keeping you safe. It's a little bit like having a cloaking device, right? It's going to help keep you from getting detected. They can't see you. They can't get the information on you that they would need to hack you and to steal from you. So sign up for NordVPN by going to NordVPN.com/Jeb today. And not only will you be protecting yourself, you will also be helping to support our mission of financial sovereignty here at the channel. Crypto Boomer said, bring it home, Jeb. Let's do it. Let's continue talking a little bit about some of the other altcoins here. You know, over the last 7 days, we've had some pretty large corrective movements, but there's also been some bullish events going on. In the last 24 hours, Solana has actually started to bounce. And this is something interesting to me because you guys know I'm not a Solana hater. It's one of our largest positions, but I am a Solana skeptic. Unashamedly so. And that's because of its inflation characteristics. It is extraordinarily inflationary. That's a fact, right? Extraordinarily, I suppose, is an opinion, but the fact that it is inflationary and that it is quite inflationary is just the truth. If you don't believe me, we can look at Masari. Solana here. Come on over here. Solana has a great deal of inflation. If we look at the supply here, you can see that the inflation has been out of control. In the last year, the circulating supply has increased 15%. In the last 12 calendar months, circulating supply has increased from 400 million to 460 million. On supply side economics, that's called 15% inflation, because 40 million plus would be 10%, 20 million plus on top of that would be 5%, right? Simple math. 460 is 115% of 400. Head maths. Go ahead and check me. Not wrong. It's 15% inflation in the last year. In the last year, Solana has managed to beat that, because in the last year, Solana has gone from being worth $46 to $139, which is great. But here's my problem, and this is why I do not recommend Solana to be part of your retirement portfolio. That will catch up with it. Solana maintaining a 15% rate of return every single year would require Solana to be worth trillions of dollars in just the next few years, in just the next, 10 years or so. Right now, it's worth $64 billion. You probably will beat inflation in Solana for quite some time. You probably will. I really do. I think that. In the bear market, you're going to get absolutely eviscerated, because Solana could drop 80%, and then it could also inflate 50%, which means you actually lost 90% of your value, right? So don't hold Solana into the bear market. Sell it at the top. Please, for the love of God, do that. You can see the difference between the price and the market cap chart here. That ought to tell you something. You see that? But anyway, the reason I brought up Solana was not to hate on it. The reason I brought up Solana was to tell you that there has been a bounce. It bottomed out at 122, about 123, 124, actually, 124. And there has been a rally. We've rallied $15, which is great. That is a sign over the last week that the crypto market might be turning around. On the last month, this is one of the largest rallies we've seen. We saw a rally up here. We rallied from 162 to 174. That was wonderful. I believe that Solana has the capability of rallying even farther than all of this. We've seen Ethereum rally a few percent in the last couple of days, which these are indications that the bear market, that the corrective movement we're witnessing could be coming pretty soon. We also, of course, saw the SEC close this ETH 2.0 investigation, which was good news. So we are looking at potentially a reversal here. We haven't seen it yet. It is definitely too early to tell, but even Cardano's rallying, right? Cardano is up 5% in the last day. In the last 7 days, you can see we're sideways, but we're in a major rally recently. On the monthly chart here, you can see that we've kind of bottomed out. It's looking like we may be getting into the bottom territory here. We're not, there's no confirmation. I need to see all of these assets rally 5 or 10% more and get some real confirmations. But it's possible. The last month has been a very bullish month for Tron as well, of course. Tron being doing surprisingly quite well in the last couple of bull markets. Near Protocol, a cryptocurrency that I'm very fond of, that we've invested quite a bit in for this bull market, you know, in step 9 of the FinSov way. We've invested extra on top of retirement and, you know, debt payment in the mortgage. We've invested more into Near Protocol. And so I'm quite excited about Near Protocol. I think it has the potential to rally quite a bit. And over the last month, it has bottomed out here around $4.60. It's up to $5.60. So we don't have a confirmed break bullish yet, but I do think that we might be coming close to that soon. And I also think we might be inching towards an even larger reversal in Bitcoin, which looks like this. You see, Bitcoin has this trend that's very significant. When Bitcoin hits a new local high on market dominance, that's normally when a major bull market is kicking off. Why? Well, after Bitcoin has begun the bull market and has been in the bull market for 6 to 12 months, what ends up happening is that the Bitcoin market dominance hits a high. So for example, here on January the 2nd of 2021, Bitcoin's market dominance hit 71.89%. From there, over the course of the next 90 days, next 120 days, Bitcoin's market dominance fell down to 40. The market dominance on Bitcoin is the only market dominance on this screen that is inverted. It is the blue, so you have to look at it upside down. CoinMarketCap didn't always have it like this. Back before Binance acquired CoinMarketCap, it was set up a different way, and I frankly think it looked a lot better back then. But either way, you can kind of see the market dominance here, right? When Bitcoin's market dominance hits a high, that's normally when a major rally is about to kick off. Well, Bitcoin's market dominance, and when it turns around, right? So Bitcoin's market dominance for the first time in quite some time has hit 54%. The last time the Bitcoin's market dominance was at 54% was over here on the way up. Remember January of 2021, I believe it was, right? Yeah, January of 2021. The last time we saw Bitcoin's market dominance at this level, it was starting to move to the upside. It was in January of 2021, right here. Bitcoin was blowing off the top. It was ending up going into a major bull market. It rallied from, 30K to 65K in the next 140 days. But at the same time, January 2nd, 2021, we would see Ethereum go from $766, 465% over the next 129 days, up to $5,000. And so the thing that we want to pay attention to here is that the market dominance on Bitcoin is really inching up there. It's really starting to get very high. And that is a sign that the altcoins are going to have their season. It has not started yet. There's not so much of a season that you're sneezing in yet, right? But it is coming. An alt season is coming. And when it does, my golly, it's probably going to send the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization to well over $5 trillion. If we go to the total market capitalization chart, I can show that to you. Give me just a second. I closed my chart accidentally here. But when we go to the total market capitalization charts, we'll be able to see that total market cap right now has not actually hit the previous bull market all-time high. Hadn't hit it. Unless I'm misremembering something, but I don't believe it has. No, it hasn't. So our previous bull market all-time high on total market cap, this is the market capitalization of all assets. This is the sum total of how many assets there are in the entire cryptocurrency sector multiplied by how much they are worth. So there is 1,000 of X coin, and they are worth $10 a piece. So the market cap of X coin is $10,000, right? So you take the market cap of all the coins, add them all together, and you get the size of the overall market. The United States stock market, for example, is worth about $35 trillion, $40 trillion right now. Crypto is worth $2 trillion. And by the way, it's not relegated to just the United States. It is a global market. So crypto could be worth over $50 trillion one day. The entire market cap could easily 25x from here, led by Bitcoin and Ethereum and many of the other large cap coins. But we have not even hit the previous bull market all-time high. And I don't know about you guys, but I am very confident that the fundamentals are even stronger this time than they were in the last market. Who was here in the last bull market? Who's here? I was here in the last bull market and the one before that, right? The market has grown dramatically. I love saying this. I get to say this all the time. The market has absolutely exploded. Absolutely exploded in the last 3 years. We've had FIT 21 pass. We had the Federal Reserve be banned from creating a CBDC. We saw the Bitcoin ETFs go online. Bitcoin's had a halving. We are now seeing the Ethereum ETFs going online soon. This market is becoming institutionalized. It is becoming a part of the culture, and it cannot be stopped. A moving freight train that is worth $2.5 trillion is just too large to stop. right? So here's the deal. When this market takes off next, don't be surprised if we smash straight through 3 trillion. Don't be surprised if we absolutely obliterate $3 trillion. Don't be surprised. This market has every potential of absolutely destroying $3 trillion, moving towards 5. We're in a huge bull flag right here. You see the bull flag just as clearly as I do. The bull flag right here on the market cap. We're not having a VTOP, right? The market has not just crashed. Where does that point us? $5.6 trillion. On the regular chart, obviously, it wouldn't point us quite that high, but it still point us well above where we are right now. In fact, it would point us almost that high, up towards 3.7 trillion. We're looking at a couple $1 trillion coming into this space relatively soon. We saw in the last several bull markets, we had to go through these expansion and contraction cycles. We increase the market cap, stall. Increase the market cap, drop. Increase the market cap, drop. Increase the market cap, drop. Increase, drop. Increase, drop. Increase, right? There's no fewer than 7 major corrections in the 2016-17 bull market. There's no fewer than 2 major, really 3 major corrections in the 2019, 2020, 2021 bull market. 1 major drop, a second, and a third, right? We're starting to see the first. Maybe you could argue the second, but like the first or second major drop here. We've got a lot of room to go. So again, if you are watching this cryptocurrency market right now, I'm here to tell you, number one, the FinSolve way is how you build wealth, period. If you want to succeed with money, follow the 6 laws and the 10 steps, and you will build wealth. Second step, when you start getting into those later steps, there's a lot of fun things that you can do to build wealth. You can start buying rental property, which we're going to be working on saving up. One of the things that we're doing is we're working on saving up cash to buy our first rental property in cash. That's what we're going to do. We're going to probably save up $250,000 or so. It might take us a year or two, we could probably do it a lot sooner, but we've got other goals we're working on in tandem. It's not just that. But in step 9 of the FinSolve way, there's a lot of ways you can build wealth. You can do it in real estate. You can do it in stocks. You can do it in crypto, obviously. You can do it in art. You can do it in whatever. You could do it in angel investment. But one of the ways you can do it is by buying and holding Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so that's where, for those of you in step 9, you wonder to yourself, what do I do here? Well, accumulate. The bull market's not over. There's a lot of room to go, I believe. And here's the deal. If you fail and you have no debt and you have a fully funded emergency fund and you have a strong income, whether that be from passive income that you built because you've been in step 9 for a long time and you have 10 rental properties, or because you have a solid career and you love it and you're not planning on quitting anytime soon, and you screw up and you buy Bitcoin too high and you buy to the top, roll it into your retirement. Say, I'm just going to not touch it for 40 years. That'll fix the problem, right? I'm just, lose until you sell. So long as it's an asset that's going to go back up, you don't lose until you sell, right? And you'll build wealth. That's what I want to help you guys to do. By the way, guys, make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying today's content. Make sure to smash it. Let's see if we can't get to 200 likes. Thank you very much to everybody who is here, and especially everybody who is new. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. The Crypto Remora said, been here watching you since early 2020. Awesome. Fabio Batista said, since 2017. Nice. I got in 2017. I got into cryptocurrency on July 31st, 2017. The reason I know the date so clearly is because the day that it happened, I knew it was serious, so I memorized the date. The day that I found crypto, I don't know if it was something like spiritual that somehow I knew that my life had just changed. The day that I got into crypto, I was like, my life just changed forever. I don't know how, but I just went off on another track. I don't know what just happened. I'm talking about the day that I found crypto. Next month, 7 years ago. I knew that something had changed. I knew that my life was veering in another direction, and it was a good thing. And so I remember the date. I memorized it because I knew it was going to end up being one of the most important dates in my entire life. And so July 31st, 2017, that was the day that my life changed. And it was because I decided to take my wealth generation into my own hands, and cryptocurrency was going to be a big part of that. It's not the only part of that, but it's a big part of that. When I thought that crypto was the only part of wealth generation in crypto, I made a lot of money. I didn't build a lot of wealth. So now that I understand over the last several years that wealth generation is about making a lot of money and about generating wealth and holding on to it, we're doing very well for ourselves. Melvin Tio waving, saying hi. Hello. Joey Van Englenberg says, smash the likes. Absolutely was. Shadrach Frost said, I sure was here in the last bull market. Alex S said, I was here in the last bull run. Yep. We got a lot of veterans here. Queen, I know you were. Let's see. Boomers debate, June 27th, Thursday. Yes, so that's something that we're going to be watching very closely. The presidential debate will be happening this Thursday, and it's going to be a couple of old dudes shaking their fist at each other and wagging their canes at each other, saying to get off my lawn, right? No, I'm just kidding. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be very important because it will be the first presidential debate where Bitcoin will be brought up. I am predicting with at least a 90% confidence that Donald Trump will either have cryptocurrency brought up to him by the moderators, or since the moderators tend to kind of side with the left, they very well may not, and he will bring it up as an attack on Biden because he thinks that Biden is an idiot when it comes to crypto. And to be quite honest with you, not sure I disagree. So, like Trump, hate Trump, he's going to be probably the first presidential candidate in history to talk about cryptocurrency from the presidential debate stage. So that's going to be very interesting to see. All right. Good deal. I also want to let you guys know about Vault by Uphold. If you guys have not already checked out Uphold's Vault, you absolutely should. And the reason for that is because self-custody is something that I want you to do, but I want you to do it safely. Self-custody is a great thing. It is a wonderful thing because it allows you to be as sovereign as possible over your wealth, but you have to actually be sovereign over it. If you are self-custodying your cryptocurrency and you suck at it and you're going to lose a private key, I would rather you buy the ETF and let somebody else custody it for you who is regulated, right? I would rather you do that than to self-custody it and lose it. So if you're going to self-custody your Bitcoin, here's the best way to do it with Uphold's Vault. If you sign up for Vault by Uphold, you have 2 keys. You need both of these keys to get into your vault. Should you lose one of them, Uphold has a key that they can give you to replace the key you lost, which means that you have a help desk for your assets, even should you lose the private key. Not just the password to your little ledger or whatever. I'm talking about the seed phrases, right? If you lose the actual private key, Uphold can help you to regenerate the wallet with their Uphold key that they hold on to. That also helps access the wallet. But since they only have 1 key, they can't get in, right? You need 2. See? You also have access to the market 24/7 through Uphold's exchange, which is very helpful because one of the downsides of self-custodying is that it can take time to transfer funds from your wallet to an exchange where you can actually trade them. But with Uphold, you are alone in custody of your Bitcoin, and you can access the market instantly. So make sure to sign up for Uphold with the link in the description box down below. You can get a free 30-day trial and give it a try. Put $1,000 in there or whatever. See how you like it. And if you like it, stick with it. It's $4.99 a month, $49.99 a year. This is an excellent value. Definitely something that you should go ahead and get. It also helps to support the channel when you do. Patrick Power has been around for a while. Yes, he has. Shout out to you. Yeah, absolutely. Really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Master of Parsnip saying something I have not heard in a very long time. Deus Volt. God wills. So that was said quite a lot during the First Crusade. I had a friend that was like his like motto. He just walked around going, Deus Volt, Deus Volt. All right, let's read a little bit of chat. Now's a great time, if you haven't already, to tell me what you're thinking in the comments. We'll read some chat before we wrap it out here in the next couple of minutes. Really enjoy you guys being here. On a note, while I wait for you guys to ask some questions here, the way that you succeed financially starts out with succeeding personally. Personal development is going to lead you to professional development, and professional development will lead you to financial success. And so it's very important that you generate some kind of system for growing personally, growing your habits, growing your health habits. How healthy are you? Are you taking vitamins? Are you going to the gym? Are you getting good sleep? Are you addicted to drugs or alcohol? Are you addicted to video games? Are you, investing in your marriage and in your children so that you are personally in good shape there? Because when you build a strong personal life, that will give you the ability to build a strong professional life. And there are exceptions to this where the personal life has to kind of put on hold, and that's when you are drowning in debt and you are on the verge of bankruptcy. You kind of just have to do nothing but work. You don't have a lot of time for investment in those things. You don't have a lot of time for movie nights. You don't have a lot of time for, going on vacations. You don't have a lot of money for that. You got to fix the situation. The Bible talks about a man preparing his work in the field before he prepares his work at home. The point there is that if the house is burning down, there's no point in deciding what color the drapes are, right? So There is an exception to that, but especially after you've gone through the war phase of the financial sovereignty way, the first 5 steps, then you are able to really lean into growing personally, and that'll help you to grow professionally, and that will help you to grow financially because you can increase your income. All right. I do also want to let you guys know about Crypto.com. If you have not already signed up for Crypto.com, you should. And you should also go to the Crypto.com and check out their latest film. This film is really cool, something I think you guys will like. There's over 100 million users on Crypto.com, and they are using Crypto.com for a good reason. It's because it's got an incredible user interface, and it's got everything you need to build wealth. You see, you need a good cryptocurrency exchange to make your home. Crypto.com is where you ought to do that. And the reason for Crypto.com being your home is because of all of their features. They've got recurring purchases here, obviously, as most exchanges do, but Crypto.com has a very, very, very easy, frictionless method of dollar cost averaging into the cryptocurrency space. One of the most important things you can do. You've also got access to on-chain staking to generate some passive income, helping secure the blockchain. And of course, you can also go to the Crypto Earn program and you can make 5 to 7% on your Bitcoin and on your Ethereum here. So make sure to check out Crypto.com if you have not already. If you deposit some money into Bitcoin into Crypto.com, lock it up for a little bit, you can make a pretty solid yield. Same thing that you would make in a high yield savings account on top of the growth of Bitcoin, on top of the dollar cost averaging you're doing in the other part of Crypto.com. You can really start to go parabolic with your investments in crypto and set up some long-term positions. So check them out. The link is in the description box down below. When you sign up, you'll also be helping to support the channel. Do appreciate that. Mr. Check 1984 said, the only L I want is to hit the like. There you go. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Thank you very much. I missed a super chat. Let me find that. Istophobic, I'm so sorry, donated $2, said, first step, buy meme coins, skip other steps, be rich. Thank you for the $2. You couldn't be more wrong. You're not going to get rich on meme coins. I have run into literally tens of thousands of people in crypto. I've met one person that bought one coin, hit it big, and then made a lot of money. One person. One guy. Guy walked up to me 3 days before I got married in Publix. He said, Jab, 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 I know you. I was like, hi. And, you know, I get recognized. I don't know, I've probably been recognized a few hundred times since starting the channel in public. And so, especially the gym for some reason. A lot of you guys are gym goers. I guess it makes sense. But anyway, so this guy walks up to me and says, I just made $432,000. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh. Did you sell it at the time? Did you cash it out? He said, yes. And I just, oh my goodness, you had me scared there. Because I thought he made it on paper and he didn't sell it, because I've heard that happen way more times than I've heard his story. Guy did cash it out, made $432 grand. Then I ran into him the day I bought this phone. Actually, I had a phone, a Google Pixel 6 that I loved. I love this phone to death. I dropped a 35-pound dumbbell on it in the gym. Things like bent like this. Like, I still have it. It's hilarious. It's just bent in half, the phone. And so I'm in Best Buy buying this phone that I have right here. You know, my daily driver phone now. And I see him again. The guy walks up to me. He goes, Jab. And I say, and it took me a second to register who he was, because I remembered his face, but I couldn't remember where I'd seen him from. I'm like, oh, I remember. And so I asked him, hey, how's that going? He said, hey, yeah, we bought a house with the money, and we're here to buy new furniture for it. Good for you. That's great. And I just hope that he had some other kind of financial plan other than just you know, that one thing, because $432,000 is a lot of money until that's your only plan to make money. And so I'm happy for him, but when I tell you that is literally the only time I've ever heard of that happening, that is literally the only time I've ever heard of that happening. I've heard of people, and I've watched people dump everything that they have into meme coins and then get destroyed. So, you know, ultimately, whether you just dive into meme coins or not is your decision. It's not a reliable way to build wealth, and you should not be investing in meme coins until step 9 of the financial sovereignty way. I know I just blew up some of your worlds, but I'd rather blow up your world and save you from untold misery, pain, anguish, and most importantly, regret, because I don't feel like I'd be loving you guys correctly not to tell you that that is foolish. So, I love you very much, Istophobic, and I want you to succeed. I have a feeling that you were joking. I'm gonna assume that was I'm gonna totally, completely assume that was a joke, but I certainly hope it was. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. Make sure to check out all the sponsors down below. They help to support the channel here. You guys know how sponsorship works. I love the products, though. I really do firmly believe in them, so make sure to check them out. Also, make sure to follow the Financial Sovereignty Way and stay tuned as we continue to teach it. Before I go, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good